So I wanted to talk about the fact that they'd never move on from the pronouns, because there has been a slight debate between moderate Dems and the rest of the party, in which the minority who are the moderate Dems are like, guys, we really need to give this up, because
this is killing us
in every goddamn place in the country. And the immediate response was, no fascist. So I thought we'd go over that discussion a little bit.
Yeah.
But just to start off, of course, I want to mention the Origins of Intersectionality podcast for people to go and check out, because that is, of course, the origins of where this thought lies. In the
where all of this comes from.
Yeah, in now the majority Dem position. But if we move forward, we'll start off with just some examples of where this is taking place. I mean, the first one here being from school, of course, from a teacher who brags about making the students use pronouns.
Who looks like a literal goblin.
Yeah, let's play.
I know I'm probably going to get a lot of for this, but I don't really care. Who cares? We're doing summer programming, and this year I vowed to make a really strong effort to figure out how my students want to be acknowledged as far as their pronouns. So naturally, I'm leading by example, right? I've got my name, she, her. That's how I identify. Easy, simple. So they know that they would call me Miss Kramer instead of, Mr. or whatever, because, the hair, there's still stigma, whatever. On our first assignment, I asked them to put their preferred pronouns on their papers. And not one kid protested, not one kid. They were all super comfortable and super down with it. But look at this. I'm covering their name, but look at that. I'm okay being called they, them, she, her, or he, him. They're totally down for that. I can't help but feel like that kid now feels safe and comfortable being who they are.
Groomed.
100%. I mean, they keep posting these videos thinking it makes them look good, but
no.
Everybody knows the kid didn't come up with those ideas.
Nope.
It came up from you. I mean, maybe in the United States, it may in the area, maybe their parents, but no, almost certainly you as well.
Yeah.
The one who brought that to them. It's the other thing as well. In one generation, that's all it would take for everyone to shut up about it, for this whole culture to be extinct.
Yeah.
See, people just stop doing it. This isn't happening anywhere outside of the West.
Well, it's incredibly artificial, that's why.
Yeah.
If it's not for the great amount of effort they're putting into perverting children's gender identity, then it wouldn't happen.
No, but it's just something to keep in mind that it would take one generation of nobody doing this, and it would just immediately go extinct again.
And just to be clear, as a father of multiple children, they're very, very quick to understand their own sex and gender as children. I mean, literally, like they're in 3, 4, 5 years old, they completely get it. They've got it down.
I am a boy.
Yeah, I'm a boy. That's a girl, and there are physical differences between us, and let's move from there. They completely understand it very, very early.
At that age, you can also manipulate them and be like, no, you're a girl, trust me. And they'll fall for it.
They are also very impressionable. And so if you've got people literally twisting their minds on purpose, yes, they can be easily fooled.
Yeah. Which brings us to the next clip, which another video that's been posted by a wonderful teacher who is very proud to announce that she describes herself as working with accomplices to do this, which, poor choice of words, but we'll see. She's very proud that she was able to find out that a 7-year-old in her school is transgender. Let's play.
I've been wanting to do content around this day, which is really important to me, as this is my first year as a non-binary teacher. And I'm so grateful to the 3 allies or accomplices who invited me into their class today to read. I just read
Me, I.
They, she, he, me, free to be, to a grade 1 class, and I just read this book to a grade 1 class, and one of the students came out as trans. Staff knew she was trans, and we talked to her parents last night about me coming in, and they'd given it the go-ahead, and it was such beautiful proof that kids of any age are absolutely capable of accepting anything that they are taught with love, because her class didn't bat an eyelid.
Just come out and say it.
Yeah. Me and my accomplices I found out that you can teach a kid and make them believe anything if you teach them with love. That's totally true. That's how I persuaded my kids that Santa Claus exists. At best as well, she's saying that they've, had a 7-year-old come out as transgender. Again, I'm sure the 7-year-old came up with the idea.
Yeah, and I love the way that she's acting like she's struck gold or something. It's like, brilliant, we're going to be rich now. So, oh my God. And me, I. It's all about you. It's all about you.
they're always very happy when someone has that kind of problem put on their lives. I mean, it's why you see people in Britain, when a racist incident occurs and they start filming, you occasionally see these videos of people. The person filming who's being given the racist abuse is usually smiling at this point in this country because they can't believe their luck.
Yeah.
They know they're going to go famous in that regard.
They're going to be given unvarnished praise.
Someone who is, oh my God, you got another 7-year-old transgender. Wonderful. But we move on because it's not just that as well. I saw that TikTok has been having fun with DALL-E, as you can see here. So this is we've spoken about it before, the AI that will generate an image based on text you give it.
Weird how there's some physiognomy here.
Yeah, so Liv's a TikTok and teacher on TikTok talking about teaching kindergartners about sex, gender, and LGBTQ.
And the AI is just like, it's always a fat white woman. I don't know why.
Just happens to be a lot of the time. Oh, don't
middle-aged, fat, probably no kids of her own.
Might be non-binary though, which totally exists. But if you go forward, you can do this yourself at home as well, because of course, and it works every time. Like I wanted to fact check. Yeah, there you have it. This is just putting it on John's computer. I tried it a couple of times before we started as well. My computer, it's same goddamn thing, which, again, the AI just reflects reality.
Always gets the faces right, too.
It's the only time it does work for that. But this is the schools, of course. And then you have the news itself in America seems to have just become daily propaganda in this regard. It's creepy. And here's just a small section. It'll go on for a little bit, but it's just to get the sense of the level of just news that we have here in which you're just being berated for not believing in the ideology. Let's play.
Pronouns in the workplace. Do you know what your coworker prefers? Well, joining me today is Heather Talamonte, founder of Tell Us About Yourself, Inc. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Of course.
Good to have you back. So
sure.
First off, let's talk about DEI in the workplace, and that's better known as diversity, equity, and inclusion. How do we go about the discussion of pronouns?
So essentially the employee will reach out and say, hey, this is my preferred pronoun. This is how I would like to be addressed. In the workplace, how we go about it is by respecting their request, right? So you want to make sure when they say, this is what I would like to be referred to, we address it and we honor that, and we, moving forward, use that term, whether it's he, she, they, them, their, whatever they would like to use. We want to make sure we honor that request and make them feel comfortable in the workplace.
What if someone is refusing to use someone's preferred pronouns?
And this will happen. I will be very honest. In the workplace, this will happen. We have feelings about the pronoun. We don't agree with it, so we don't know why we have to use it. So it's important, if you don't agree, to still just use their first name. This isn't something that would rise to the occasion of getting written up if you refuse to use it, but this could rise to the occasion of bullying. That person may be repeatedly asking you, this is how I would like to be referred. Please stop calling me he when I would like to be called she. And this person just refuses to do it and kind of has that tone about it. So just manage it as you can. As the employee, if somebody's refusing, just reach out to your manager or HR and we'll kind of come in and help mediate the conversation and make it more comfortable for you, but always speak up.
Right, there you go. That's it. You'll go to HR and they'll enforce it. Oh, I see.
It's not mandatory. It's not ideology that we're enforcing on people. They can still say the first name, except if they continually deny it, then we'll get HR and the manager and get them fired.
Okay, how about this? My pronoun is Your Majesty, and now I'm going to go to HR because you didn't call me Your Majesty.
100%.
How about that? Malicious compliance, folks. Make your pronouns as wild and offensive as you can.
Your Royal Highness, the Right Honourable.
Yeah, just really make them ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then go to HR and complain when Karen over here didn't use it properly.
But also just the weirdest. I feel like I'm watching a Western mirror image of memory TV. You know memory TV. So It's the Arab world's television translator, and it's insane. Like you just go and watch Arabic television. It's all ideological madness. But this is like the Western mirror image for me because it's discussion again about what's the Quranic doctrine on what we should do with pronouns, and they're having a discussion as if this is a part of the religion that everyone should know, really.
Yeah.
And what the hell?
I mean,
remember, news.
I do want to ask them, what's the origin of this then? Where does this authority come from? Where was this settled? In what holy text is it read? I actually know, which is the point of the first podcast. It's from Kimberly Crenshaw.
Yeah.
But anyway.
The mad, crazy leftist who decided that people hated her for being black and a woman. It's like, no,
but they don't know. They're not going to know any of this. They're not going to know the genealogy of this idea. And so, just ask them why. Who said so?
I thought I'd just bring it up again. I know I do a lot. But remember this old website as well? Just old TV here, being the fact that you can go back and watch the news from like the 2000s.
Didn't used to be like this, Callum.
No, I checked it out after watching that clip.
It used to be normal.
Sat in awe of the early 2000s and the normality of the world.
Just so normal.
Just like, did you know the Russians are having discussions about joining NATO? And that's the news, folks. Just like, okay. You're not going to give me a lecture on religion?
The world isn't ending. It's not a catastrophe. You're not a bad person. Just this thing happened. Thanks very much. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. And that's the world in which we live. I mean, that's just the evidence of the society in which you have various examples of what's going on in schools, what's going on TV at this point, in the news segments, and what's going on in work. Well, what's the left-wing response to all that when the right-wing point that out?
Hysteria.
How dare the right-wingers point this out?
Yeah.
And how you have it here from some verified checkmark. White male conservatives care more about pronouns than any leftist or trans person I know. It's truly unhinged.
Then why'd you bring it up?
I love it. It's like right-wingers are the weird ones. Could you hover over her account, actually? I don't know if she has pronouns in the bio, but I suppose we'll find out.
Yes. There we go.
Every damn time, she, her, hashtag BLM. But I love it. They always pretend...
Writer for New York Times and Slate. Oh, what a shock.
Yeah, they always play this weird defensive game of like, I don't know why right-wingers care whenever they
Why
lose.
do you care about this so much? Well, because you keep going on about it.
It's like the last few years when in the UK, some MPs started saying some, right-wing things regarding culture, and then the left response was, right-wingers are playing this, like, culture war or something. I don't know. Not heard of that.
Yeah.
And the same thing here. It's like, white male conservatives care more about pronouns than any leftist. Okay.
But her response, and the number of people who fit this description, proving my point by responding pronouns in bio is just lol. It's like,
but why is it untrue though?
Yeah.
It's like,
what are you doing?
You care about them so much, you have to have them in every public place about yourself to show that you show allegiance.
I mean, it's literally like a badge you're wearing on your Twitter account.
Like all
so
the leftists
weird.
are walking around with hammer and sickle symbols, being like, the right cares about hammer and sickles more than we do.
It's like wearing an armband in Nazi Germany at this point.
Oh, it's mad. We know where you stand. That's the reason you do it as well, and that's why it's mad. But there is one joke I did see from Leo. He posted this old clip here, which I very much think is the correct way to deal with it. If we can go to the next one, please, John. Then you can see, we can play the clip and see what is the right way, at least that the kittens have found, of their annoyance.
Hi, my name is Erin. I use she, her pronouns, and I am this.
The funny thing about this, right? I've seen this clip so many times. It literally is. She said, "My name is Erin. The cat doesn't care. I use she." And as soon as you see the cat's ear flick down, the cat's just like, "Bitch!" Everyone can tell.
I also love how the cat just looks back at the camera after. It's just like, we've had enough.
But watch it.
She.
You see it as soon as she and the cat's just like, no.
Oh god, I know it's just a bit of a meme, but the polling is very much.
You had it coming there.
Mr. Fluffle's side is in the right. He's in the majority. It seems, because if we go to the next slide, we see Matt here giving us some polling here, which is should the NHS provide gender reassignment surgery? Plurality say no.
Good.
Why the hell are we paying for that?
But not by too much though.
No, but it is a polarity. And then we get on to the under 16s, which is where the progressives are really setting the rise. Should we give puberty blockers to under 16s? Only 12% think that we should.
Okay.
Should we give hormone treatment to under 16s? 10% say yes.
Okay.
All right, so we're finding the number of literal lunatics to deal with.
Yeah.
Should we give gender reassignment to under 16s? 4% say yes.
Who
are those 4%?
Well, people who work for The Guardian.
Yeah, and it goes on, of course, but those are the most egregious ones in the examples given. But then we get back to the debate I had, because that's where the public lie, that's where the reality lies. The state of the United States discourse within employment, news, and schools is, at complete odds with that, and the right wing is showing that up. So the left wing response, at least from the moderate Dems, is, dude, we need to have a chat. Like, you're destroying our party. And this is one such guy who put out an article in the Washington Post.
Good luck, Fareed. The party of building things.
Go on, man, go on. I run off. All right, I got $10 against him. Who wants to take it? So forget pronouns. Democrats need to become the party of building things. An opinion piece.
Okay, all right.
He says in here, there is plenty of evidence that the Democratic Party has moved left, that it is out of sync with Americans on many of these cultural issues, and that it needs to correct course.
It's so funny. I think we're moving a bit far to the left. It's like, oh, really?
It is the man who just found out It's like, hang on a minute.
Yeah. I just started noticing.
But also, he's like he's shouting into a void. I mean, we're sat over here. He's talking he turns around to his fellow Democrats. It's like, guys, I think we need to correct course. And we on the other chasm of this are looking back going,
the thing is,
how quick do you think they're going to kill him?
he sat in his moderate centre-left position, and then he has to pull out like a bullhorn or something. I think we need chess because they're so far over there at this point.
Good luck. He continues, this is not a perception problem. It is a reality problem.
That's true.
Democrats need to once more become the party that gets stuff done, builds things, and makes government work for people. That's a lot more important to Americans than using the right pronouns.
Are you sure that you don't want to just defund the police instead? Because that was popular.
He immediately got shat on for this.
I imagine.
Quickly as you can imagine. He put it out on his Twitter account being like, hey, for my fellow Dems, how about we do something not mad? And Pete...
It's like walking into the circus and being like, maybe we shouldn't be wearing all the clown makeup and all these clown faces just angrily looking at him.
Okay. You get the next one here, you see him posting it, and then Pete Buttigieg's wife over here responded, it's wildly inappropriate to instruct Democrats to toss aside an entire group of Americans to win. How dare you?
What are you tossing aside? What are you talking about?
Here's the question.
People with pronouns in their bios, what?
What if that group actually has no legitimacy? Again, it's not even people who think they're trans and say they're trans and, live that life. No, it's none of those people.
No.
It's people with pronouns in the bio and will get you fired if you don't agree. I mean, the lunatics who are trying to groom kids.
It's left-wing white women, isn't it?
But
that's who he's talking about.
But you can't throw away that group of people because that would be throwing away a minority group. Even if they're all crazy. I mean, that's the minority.
Well, white women?
That's the thing. It's about insane white women.
Are they a minority group?
Yes.
They're probably the largest single voting bloc in America.
No, but it's that subset of white women who
but there are more white people than anyone else. There are more women than anyone else.
That everyone can define themselves.
Sorry, this is the oppressive majority that we're talking about, the Karens.
But that's the thing. Under Kimberly Crenshaw's logic, they are on the margins and therefore need to be brought into the centre in a position of supremacy, such as instructing your kids and therefore conducting the future. But then we go to the next one. There's another example here. Just some lunatic responding, it's Republicans who are constantly bringing up trans people and issues.
What?
We can hover over the account again, look for the pronouns in the bio, please.
Just
feel like a train conductor. There you are.
Feminist.
It's the Republicans who keep bringing this up every time.
MSNBC writer.
She, her, why? Just why do you have to do that?
But white woman. I rest my case.
I mean, there you have it. Some person who's doing that. But I don't have...
Sorry, just a quick thing. Right, I love the idea, right, that she's sat there, she's looking at libs of TikTok and Chris Rufo and whoever on Twitter, and they're just like, this pronoun stuff, this is why it's all BS. And she's like, you know what, they're just constantly talking about this. And so, out of nowhere, no one else recognizes her train of thought. She just tweets this out and then, boom, yeah, everyone's going to get this. You're not going to look like a complete clown, Caitlin.
Again, she's like, man, there are too many clowns. I mean, we don't have time for it, but in response to this, there were unbelievable amounts of verified, checkmark retards, and in the quote tweets as well, all responding to this moderate Dem who had just come out and said, hey guys, how about we don't look, mad for 5 minutes? How about we take off a bit of the clown makeup? And he just immediately got shat on. And, what do you think happened in response?
Well, did he get fired or something?
No, his article was immediately corrected.
Oh, was it?
Right. Have it.
Oh, yeah. No. Don't forget the pronouns. Keep the pronouns. We just need to build some stuff.
I love the clown makeup, actually. It's very fitting.
There is a clown makeup filter, and I swear to God, I'm going to run every Democrat through it. Whenever they get up on stage and say something, I'm just going to make sure they're all wearing clown makeup.
Yeah, but there you have it. I thought we'd just check in with the moderate Dems and their attempts to try and moderate the party, which went very well. Good job, Fareed. You made all of no progress. If you appreciated that segment from the podcast of the Lotus Eaters, you can go to lotuseaters.com to get access to all the premium content we have on the site, such as the book clubs we do, this one on Konstantin Kissin's An Immigrant's Love Letter to the West. And if you want to follow what else I'm putting out, you can follow me on Getter at @CallumOnGetter. Thank you and goodbye.